Hey students, in our last lecture of business research methods, we had discussed about report writing. We have discussed about the structure of a report and types of report. In this lecture, we'll discuss about the structure of report. While writing report is something that is very important, so the researcher or one who is carrying out a research needs to understand the structure of report so that the report should be more structured, and a more structured report would have a better impact. Broadly, a report can be divided into three categories: prefatory part, main body, and then appended parts. So these are three basic categories or parts of a report. Prefatory part, prefatory word comes from preface. So prefatory part has all those information that is required beforehand, before a report's main body actually starts. It has certain certificates, authorization, table of content. So these things are there in prefatory parts, wherein something about the report, why that report has been made, for whom this report has been made, who has made this report, and for which topic the report has been done. So all these things are included in prefatory parts. We'll discuss this in detail. The next part is main body. In main body of the report, this is again another very important part, because actually the something about the report, something about the analysis, all the information that is more important and or that a reader is interested in is included in main body. So main body has introduction about the topic, from where information has been collected, research methodology, uh, analysis, conclusions. All these things are included in main body. So a reader who has an idea about uh, the type of report, the certificates and authorization and everything else would be more interested in main body, because this gives reader all the information about what has been done in that project, what is included in that report, and so on. And last is appended part. Appended word has come from appendix. So anything that needs to be added in the report for better understanding of the report, for report to be complete, that might not be a part of the main body but is required, could be required, not necessarily, but could be required by the reader if reader wants to get more information about the report, more information about the project. Then appended part is actually read by the reader. So this has the type of questionnaires, any type of additional information, any previous reports. So all these things are included in appendix. So now we would discuss all these one by one. First is prefatory part. Prefatory parts includes title page, first page, on which the title is mentioned, title of the report, maybe name of the author or name of the organization, logo of the organization, to whom the report has been submitted, and some other, maybe the date or year of report writing or publication. So these are included in title page. Then letter of authorization, uh, who has authorized the person to write that report or to make that project, if there is any letter for that. Any other certificate, related to if that project or report has been uh, made under the guidance of someone or under the guidance of company, then that certificate is included. Then table of contents and list of figures and tables. So table of contents is very important part. If one a report is a long lengthy one, then table of contents helps reader to understand that on which page which type of information would be available, which type of information is there, and list of figures and tables. So in the whole report there are certain figures or certain tables. That list is also included in the table of contents. One thing that is very important to be understood, that the report pages should be numbered, that is used in table of contents. Then next is executive summary is also there in preparatory part. Executive summary is a type of summary or the overview of the report that gives an idea about the report to the reader. If a reader is reading a report but does not have much time to read the whole report, or just tries to understand what is this report all about, this executive summary gives the whole idea about the report, so that the reader would be able to either go ahead with reading the report, or may drop, or may get just a brief information about the report. So everything that is important in the whole report, in the main body of the report, is included in executive summary. It has objectives of the report or research. Results are also discussed in short in executive summary. Conclusions are also there in short, and recommendations are also included but in shorter form. Then main body of the report, it has introduction about the topic, about the subject, about the area on the which report is being prepared. Introduction includes the background of the topic or background of the company, and the objectives of the report or objectives of the project, why this project or why this report is being made. Then methodology, very important part of the report, that has all the information about which method of research has been used for conducting this research. So it includes sampling plan, sampling design, how the data has been analyzed, from where the data has been collected, from where the secondary data has been taken, how much number of respondents have been chosen, everything, all the methods, how the research has been conducted, that method is included in methodology. Then the results, after analysis, the results are discussed in main body. Then in main body, limitations of the research can also be discussed, that what were the limitations for the researcher while conducting that research. Sometimes the researchers have some limitations during that research, so those limitations may be included in the main body. Some examples of limitations are like, if a student is conducting a report, then a student is conducting a research, then a student has a limitation, maybe lack of time, maybe lack of other resources, maybe lack of access to certain type of data, maybe lack of funds. So these are the limitations. And last is conclusions and recommendations. So on the basis of the results, the researcher concludes something about the topic, about the objectives. So this is very important to understand, that conclusions and results should be similar, or should be very much matching with the objectives of the study. So if the objective of the study is to understand consumer behavior, then results or conclusion should explain consumer behavior, that which type of consumer behavior has been observed or has been found. If the objective of the research is to find out the size of market, then results and conclusion must have the information about the expected size of market. And on the basis of that, there are certain recommendations by the researcher. The researcher can make certain recommendations on the basis of results, conclusions, and researcher's own knowledge. So as I have discussed, a market size, a potential market size can be estimated on the basis of some research. Then on the basis of that, researcher can recommend whether a company or a brand should enter into that market or not, and if enter, then with what type of strategies, which type of products should be there for entering into that market. And last is appended parts. It includes appendix, data collection forms, as I have discussed. It could be type of questionnaires. Then detailed calculations. Sometimes some detailed calculations cannot be a part of the main body. Then detailed calculations can be a part of appendix. General tables. It's not the tables that are actually prepared or actually a part of the report, but some general tables from which the reference can be taken to read the report. Maybe there are certain terms or certain figures in report, and if a reader is reading out that report, that reader wants to get reference for certain terms or certain figures, then these general tables can be referred for that. Bibliography, a type of references in which the researcher mentions that from where, which type of literature has been taken, who are the different authors, which are different journals, different publications, from where the information or any definition or any data has been taken. So all those references need to be mentioned in bibliography. So secondary data has been taken from somewhere, that needs to be mentioned. Any type of literature, any type of definition that has been used by the researcher, any type of pre-assumptions taken by researcher. So there must be literature supporting that, and that must be mentioned in the references. And any other supporting material or support material that is there, that is required, that has been used, can be added to appendix part of a report. That's all for this lecture. Thank you.